see this wig and see this makeup look, just continue to watch. I just did a little chit chat, get ready with me, and I installed this wig. It's a glueless wig and I ain't really do too much. I just put it on as you'll see in the video. But if you would like to just see this natural everyday makeup that I like to do, then continue to watch. Bye. All right, so as you can see, I have my foundation on and I have my brows going. So today's topic is basically just recapping on what I've learned in 2023 and some of the things that I'm going 2023, girl, I'm already in the future. What I've learned in 2022, not 23. So today's topic is going to be a few things that I learned in 2022. I'm pretty much going to try to get this video out probably like December 31st, because I think December 31st is on Sunday if I'm not mistaken. So pretty much it's a few days before the new year and I just want to get this video out. So it's just going to be some things that I learned. And if you see me looking over here, then it's basically just me looking at my notes. I could try to like put it in the front, but anyways, so with having faith and with believing in God, you have to do just that, because there are going to be things that come along your way and it's going to try and make you lose faith in the process, make you lose faith in God and what it is that he's doing. Like, he's already given you a promise and you know he's giving you a promise, but life has a way, the enemy has a way of just coming in and just really just destroying that and trying to kill that. And so just as a believer, you just have to stand firm. You know, you really have to be anchored. Thank you, Holy Spirit. You have to be anchored in what it is that God has said to you. You know what I'm saying? You have to be anchored in his word, because life is tough. Like, you're going to be met with a lot of trials and tribulations, and I believe with all my heart that the Bible teaches us how to handle those trials and tribulations. You know what I'm saying? And like, once you get in God's presence and you really get an understanding of what it is that he's calling you to do in this earth, because I'm going to say this all the time, but we all have a purpose. It's not one person on this earth that does not have a purpose. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, I forgot that, making it look. And excuse, you know what I'm saying, the kitties are up. And I wanted to go ahead and get this video recorded. Hold on. So throughout this year, I just have been learning to trust God and trust what it is that he said to me. And I had to learn how to really get in his presence and get to know his characteristics, get to know him as a person, as well as get to know myself. Because if I'm created within, if I'm created in his image, then he's a part of me, you know what I'm saying? I'm a part of him. And so just being more Christ-like and what that actually means. And like I said, like, I just had to study the word. And not every day throughout this year I studied the word. You know, there have been times where I pretty much like fell off studying the word, but I always go back to it, because if I'm falling off, the enemy is just really getting to me. And that's another thing, like whenever the enemy is coming up against you, that's when you got to get 10 toes down in the Bible. That's when you have to meditate. That's when you have to pray. That's really when you have to like use your faith, you know what I'm saying, when the enemy is coming after you, because he's trying to get you away from God. He doesn't want you to receive the love and the healing and the compassion from God. He doesn't want you to receive that. And so he will do any and everything to get you off course. And I've allowed him to get me off course. Sometimes, throughout this year, but going into this new year and doing things that like I'm unfamiliar with, like I have to trust in God completely. I can't just say I'm going to do it, you know what I'm saying, like within my own strength, because what he has called me to do literally requires all of him. All of him, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a portion of me, because he's using my physical body, he's using my mind, my heart, my soul, my spirit to do the things that he's called me to do. But in all, in essence, it's all him, you know what I'm saying? He is just working through me. And just like I really had to learn to give up my plan, you know what I'm saying, like the things that were no longer serving me, you know what I'm saying, just the way I used to think, like the plan that I had for myself. Like, no, we're co-creators with God. And I was just trying to run the show, you know what I'm saying, and I had to learn how to release control, because do we really have control? No, we really do. We cannot control every single thing in this world. We just simply cannot. And I just wish they would just be quiet. Like I told them that I'm recording. I'm put a little lighter because I wanted it to be a little light, but yeah, I just wish they'd be quiet. But anywho, like, of course, see, that goes in with the control thing. Like, you can't control everything. And me being a very type A personality, and just the way that I grew up, I felt like I had to control everything, because I didn't feel like I had that security. And that is a trauma response, you know what I'm saying? And once again, that's something else that I had to learn. Like, turn over my feelings, to God. Especially when it's a negative feeling. Like, I had to learn to turn it over to God. Give it to him. Take it to him. It's just something I just recently learned. I can't remember whose sermon it was. I think it was from View Church. And I think his name is Pastor Michael. I cannot remember. I'm pretty sure. But when he did the sermon recently about Luke, was it Luke and Matthew? I can't remember, but the 5 loaves and the 2 fish, like the way he broke it down, you know what I'm saying? Jesus asked the disciples to give them what they had. And it was the little boy's lunch, and it was 5 loaves and 2 fish. And Jesus took it and he looked up and he gave what he had to God. And God blessed it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm learning as well. Like, give it all over to God. Because I have no control. I can't see what's down the road until I get down the road. You know what I'm saying? But God knows everything. God goes before me. And that's something that I really had to learn to give over to him. Because it was eating away at my mind, my heart. It was making me cold. You know what I'm saying? My heart was so like, hardened? That's the word. I was like, what's the word I'm going for? My heart was so hardened, because I had to be the big man. I had to be the independent woman. You know what I'm saying? The woman that did everything. But when you operating, and when you're operating with God, no, he's the big man. You know what I'm saying? He's the big man. You have to follow his instructions, follow the steps that he gives to you. Because if you try to do your own thing, you're just going to get the same result. And I truly feel like, my life changed significantly because I did that. I had to make a conscious effort to do that. And I had to learn to control my emotions, better manage my emotions. And like I said, that meant turning it over to God. Ooh, is that my, what is that? Ooh, it's a moment. There we go. Turning it over to God. And those negative, oh, Jesus. Managing my emotions and managing those dominant negative thoughts. The dominant negative thoughts that go through your mind are simply the enemy. The enemy is trying to do something. And something that my therapist taught me was, where's the lie? And go in the Bible and find the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's how I feel like the enemy gets so many of us, because he's telling us lies and we're believing it. And yeah, I no longer want to believe the lie, like, because I know it's not true. I know he's trying to prevent me from walking out in my calling and what my assignment is here on this earth. And he wants to get me as far away from God as possible, because he knows that if he gets me away from God, then I'm going to do the things that he wants me to do. I'm going to worship him rather than worshiping God. And that leads into the next thing that I learned is, you cannot serve two masters. I wanted the money, I want this, that, and the third. And it's not our God is saying, you can't have money, because he knows that we need money to survive. But the way I was looking at it was, money was literally my God. I worship it. The things that I did to get money, it wasn't anything like crazy or outlandish, but the way I worked. And that money was just the faster I got it, the more I got, the quicker it left me. You know what I'm saying? Because I was just seeing it as like, okay, now that I have money, I can really take care of myself. And I'm learning to let God take care of me. Not be crazy and not go out here and have a job or anything like that. Of course, I'm going to need to, because if a man doesn't work, man doesn't eat. You know what I'm saying? So I know that I have to have a job. It's just that I need to be mindful of what it is that I'm doing. Because before I had an encounter with Christ, I was just doing what I wanted to do, how I wanted to do things. And so, I'm awake. And so with that being said, I just can't be out here doing whatever. I'm contouring my forehead, but I don't know why, because the wig that I'm about to put on literally got veins. But I'm going to just do it anyway. But yeah. So just like turning those negative thoughts over to God, because he knows how to deal with them. We don't have to. And then when he gives you an instruction of how to deal with those negative thoughts that constantly come up in your mind that the enemy is using against you, get in the Bible. Find out what the truth is, I promise you, if you start doing that in 2023 and really allowing that to be what you run to rather than people and things and stuff like that, I promise you your life will change. I was always running to someone, you know what I'm saying? My older brother was the person that I always ran to. And I wouldn't say that I had to give it up completely, but I had to run to something higher than him, you know what I'm saying? Higher than myself, because he didn't know everything, and I'm not proclaiming to know everything either, but it was certain things that I needed my brother for, to like show me, you know what I'm saying? Because we pretty much grew up learning the same thing. But there were a lot of things that I had to get from God. A lot of things. Because my old belief system was very limiting. Very limiting. The way I grew up was very, very, very limiting. And he grew up the same way. And so there were certain things that I felt like I could no longer get from him. And it seemed like, because I'm like, God, why it just seemed like everybody, like I'm just not talking to anyone. Like I thought I wasn't supposed to be in isolation. But when you're in isolation, that's when you're growing. You know what I'm saying? That's when you get to have that one-on-one relationship with God. And he gives you the instructions. He gives you the things that you're supposed to be doing. And like I really had to seek him. Really, really, really had to seek him. Girl, I can't see that one. And just seeking him and allowing him to do what he needs to do for me changed the game for me. Legit changed the game for me. I'm gonna try something because I've been wanting to do this. And then, okay, so having faith in the process, boy. Having faith in the process, that tests everything. Healing is not linear. When I used to hear pastors say that, I'm like, yeah, I guess. But now I really see what they talking about. Yeah, girl, that ain't working. That ain't it. Probably if I would have put that on before. But yeah, healing is not it's not linear. There were some times, and I had to learn to not beat myself up when thing presented itself and I felt like I didn't handle it well. No. I just had to learn to go about it a different way. Like, God, like, how am I supposed to be responding? Because before I was overreacting. I wasn't even reacting. I was just overreacting. You know what I'm saying? Like, life had kicked me so darn hard. I was just like, yeah, yeah, I'm over this. This is trash. I was completely just done with everything. And yeah, just knowing that I don't have to overreact, that I can have peace whenever I am facing an obstacle is so important. Like, I think that is so cool that God does that, does that for us. Like, he literally gives us a peace that we could never like understand. Because when situations have presented itself and, throughout the course of this year, I wanted to freak out so bad because that's what I was used to. That was my default. And God just came to me like, baby, like, chill, I got you. You know what I'm saying? And he, throughout those times, he showed me exactly how he has my back, like how he's there for me. And so I just thought that was very important. And with that, it's okay to be vulnerable. 100%. It's definitely the best person to be vulnerable with is with God. The best person. Okay? Because he gonna take all of that and he's gonna use it. He's going to take all of that and use it. I'm looking to you like, is it really showing up? Girl, and it's probably going to be too much. And I'm probably going to have to put some more. But yeah, like, he uses that vulnerability to basically heal you. There are plenty times where I had to go to God and was like, you know what? I'm not feeling this. I don't know if I'm going the right way. I feel like you're not talking to me the way you used to. Like, just being honest with him. And he definitely respected that more from me than me hiding what it is that I was feeling. And then just knowing that like I could not operate anymore out of those feelings, especially like negative feelings. I couldn't operate out of that anymore. And so, just going to him and just saying like, I just need your help with this. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. Like, I don't know who to seek out. Like, I'm hurting so bad. I just need your help. And with that, like, I had to give myself grace. I had to I have to show compassion and love towards myself. Healing your inner child is nothing but showing kindness, compassion, love, and nurturing your inner child, nurturing who you truly are. And I had to learn to also extend that grace, that compassion, that empathy for others, because we can get so caught up on like, oh man, that person did X, Y, and Z, and not forgiving them. And it's just like God had to constantly remind me, I gave you grace. I'm showing you love. I'm showing you compassion. Why it is that you can't do it for someone else? And even though somebody has hurt you, forgiving them is not for them. Because in the past, like when I tell you I ruminated on the past, like I lived that every single day. Every bad thing that has ever happened to me in the past, I lived it every single day. You know what I'm saying? And I had to turn that over to God, but then just be compassionate with myself, saying like, this is something that you've been doing for years. It's not just going to go away overnight. Extending grace to myself, you know what I'm saying? Because God extend grace to me. And just knowing that it's God's will, like he allows things to play out. That's like the best part. I ain't gonna lie. He allows things to happen for a reason, and if it's in his will for certain things to happen, then it's just gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? And that goes into the whole control aspect of it, and also in that, I had to learn to be obedient to what God was telling me to do. If it's God's will, then you have to be obedient to that. There have been times over this year where God told me to basically, I lied about something, or told a white lie or a big lie, whatever it was, you know what I'm saying? Like showing humility and going back and saying, you know what, that did not occur, or like that did occur, but like I wasn't being truthful about all the moving parts and what happened or whatever. And I left some information out. Like God would have you do that. He would have you go back and basically just wipe out what you said before to someone, and he'll have you do things, and you just have to be obedient to that. And I know sometimes it feels like you don't want to do that because it's going to either hurt someone or it's going to put you in a compromising position or whatever. Don't worry about that. Like when God says he has your back, he's going to take care of you in that. And I really feel like that is for somebody that's watching this video. If you're going through something, turn it over to God completely. Tell him exactly what it is that you're feeling. I don't care how nasty it is. I don't care how it makes you feel or whatever. Just like expressing him like, man, God, da 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 is going on, and I feel like you know what I'm saying? If you need to say the cuss words or whatever it is you need to do to articulate what it is that you need to articulate, because you don't really have the words for you, he'll give you the words. You know what I'm saying? Holy Spirit will definitely give you the words that you need in order to verbalize what it is that you're trying to say. And like just being obedient to his word and being obedient to what it is that he's calling you to do. And I'm not saying something on a grand level, like I said, like with the example before, like he could have you go to someone and say and tell that person that you forgive them or whatever it is, and you just know, just do it. I promise you. You know, I don't like to make promises because, like, promises, I feel like people break them things all the time. But I stand 10 toes down on this one. 10 toes down. I promise you, if you just be obedient to what it is that he's calling you to do or calling you to say or whatever, I promise you, without a shadow of a doubt, I promise you, things will start looking up for you. For real, for real. Hands down, 1000%. And I know it can be scary at first, but girl or boy, God got you. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing too big for him. It's nothing too small for him. He wanted it all. You know what I'm saying? And I had to learn to take the small stuff to him as well, you know. God, like, I just don't know what to do about this or some, you know, I'm trying to think of a small example. I really can't think of one right now. But yeah, I took the big and the small things to him. I really had to learn to do that this year because, you know, things change. So it is what, you know, that is what it is. Let's see what else. Time is more invaluable than anything. Time with God, time to do the things that he's telling you to do, to be obedient towards. Time is the most valuable thing in this world. I kind of, like, when I started hearing this, like when I heard this from pastors, this was like very annoying. But say I was to give you $1,000,000, but the next day and for the rest of your life you'll be sick. Girl, nobody want that $1,000,000. Okay, you can have that $1,000,000. Like, you know, time and like in your health is the most important thing in this world. Legit. You know what I'm saying? Because you can have more time for your assignment, time for your family, your friends, the things that you love to do. Like, time is so valuable. I didn't understand it until like I got a glimpse of it because, like I was saying in the last video, like my mother, she passed at 43. So it's clear as day that time is important. And we all thought that she had more time with us, but that just wasn't the case. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, and just being thankful and grateful for the things that God is showing you was a very big lesson for me, because we can get so wrapped up in like, I don't have this, that, and the third, and I had to reassess what was valuable to me. You know what I'm saying? The time and my health is very valuable to me, not the money, not the status, not this, not all of those other things, and so really just soaking in that. And another thing that was just highlighted to me that was above that one was analyze your circle. What is your circle saying to you? You know what I'm saying? What are the people around you saying to you? What are they feeding you? What are you experiencing with them? Like, really analyze that and take that to God. You know what I'm saying? If you have somebody that's constantly being negative, and that is something that I had to do. I was working with somebody, and when I tell you this dude was so negative, like it was becoming too much. It was just like, here, every time I said something positive, every time I said something about God, here he go. I'm just like, sir, I wanted to call him the word. You know what I'm saying? I really wanted to call him the word. And everybody would come up to me and be like, you have so much patience. No, you don't. Jesus. Oh my God. Oh my God. Ooh, I'm having a moment right now. I am very much so triggered. It wasn't that I had patience. It was like God had to give that to me every day that I worked with that man. Every single day. I had to go to God and say, you know what? I'm about to cuss him out. You know what I'm saying? But I know that is not Christ-like. I know it's not. So since it's not Christ-like, help me to not go off on this man. You know what I'm saying? And Jesus. Yeah, I had to eventually get off the ambulance with him because I just could not take it anymore. He was doing too much. You know what I'm saying? He was doing way too much for me. And and I was in like the very beginning of my spiritual walk, and what it is that I felt like God was saying to me, and I was just like, oh Lord. And I told him, I was like, God sent me to you for a reason. Okay? I don't know exactly what that reason is, but he definitely sent you to me for a reason. And Jesus. I'm having a moment. I'm so having a moment. I don't know if this camera is about to go dead. I don't want it to go dead. I want to put this wig on before, but like I haven't finished my eyes or anything. This might just be like my everyday makeup because I'm pretty much finished. Because I could talk all day about this. I really can. But this, I'm gonna move this back. Ooh. When I tell you my stomach is going off, I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Ooh, shoot, baby, she's a lady. Whoa, 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 she's a lady. I hate these combs. I need to really take these combs off because these combs are so annoying. Oh, y'all might hear my stomach. I'm sorry. I'm probably gonna have some music in the background because my stomach is going out, honey. She needs to be. Okay, alright, but what's going on, honey? Let's see. I'm trying not to use this viewfinder. Ooh, that comb just snagged my jaw. Yeah, I probably not. Yeah, I'm not gonna put on any eye makeup because the bangs in the way. Let me fix this real quick and I'll be right back. Alright, so I got the little wig on. I forgot I supposed to stop saying it. So I'm gonna just put some mascara on. I'm not gonna even put on concealer. You know what? I lied. Yeah. Let me put some powder on my eyelids because they will crease. But I'm not gonna put on any eyeshadow or anything because the bangs are in the way. So, just a little simple dimple. But yeah, just like whatever it is that you're going through in life, like just know God God can and will help you with it. It don't matter what it is that you're facing. You don't have to do it by yourself. If he created you, why do you feel, and that's something that's a revelation that God gave me as well. Like, why do you feel like you have to go through this by yourself? If he created you, if he's the most powerful and the most high, why do you feel like you gotta do things by yourself? Like, sis and bro, it's not making any sense. you know? And literally, I have to tell myself that as well. Like, he wants for me to be happy. He wants for me to be healed. He wants me to have peace. He wants me to be loved and show love. He wants me to have all those things because that's who he is. But he also wants me to be obedient to his word. You know what I'm saying? Obedient to his order. And just learning to have to submit to something higher than me, something greater than me, changed my life forever. It's literally the best thing walking. Literally the best thing walking. I could not have asked for anything better in life. Legit. It's hard at times. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I get a little frustrated because I'm just like, dang, Lord, the enemy really coming up against me. But that just goes to show me that, like, God really has something, like, on the other side that he wants me to have. And I just have to be patient. I really just have to do what it is that he's telling me to do. And I definitely said I wasn't gonna put it on the lid, but just had to put something on it while the lashes finish. Girl, that phone, them emails are coming through, honey. But yeah, and life is not always going to be easy, but with God it will be. Hands down. That is for somebody, okay? Life is not always going to be easy, but with God it will be. Because even though when, he tests you and have you go through the thick of thicks, you know what I'm saying? The thick of thicks. He is still with you. He still gives us that peace. I don't care what nobody say. It gets rough out here, it gets real hard out here. Real hard for a pimp. I know God just be like, girl, you are silly. Oh, I want to end it off like that's the last thing. Allowing myself to be my true self. Oh my God. When I tell you I am so goofy, it amazes me how goofy I am. I used to be so stuck up and so like against, just I don't know what word I'm going for, but stuck up is definitely the word. I was just so stuck up. I'm just like, girl, get your panties out your butt. You need to pull that thong now. You know what I'm saying? That thong is all the way up in your crack. Okay, that's probably very inappropriate, but it is what it is. That's the analogy that I had. And I don't know, for some reason this is burning. Like, did I get it in my eye? It don't look like I got it in my eye. But homie, this is definitely burning. Okay. So I probably won't have this makeup on for long today. Cause I don't know why that's burning. That's a little weird, people. That's real weird. I hope I don't have an allergic reaction. I think I got some Benadryl somewhere around here. My sister should have some Benadryl. If I do have an allergic reaction, I'm just have to go sit down. But still work in the midst of it. Cause honey, God ain't out here playing with me. But yeah, I really just, to be silly, I am so goofy. I didn't know that I was like that. Like, I just thought I was just hardcore B-I-T-C-H. Couldn't even spell it right, honey. And just, just like all this, but no, I'm a softie. I am. I'm so, when I tell you, and it's not even toot my own horn, I'm so compassionate towards people. I can be very loving. You can tell when you get on my nerves. It's written all over my face, okay? You know what? My facial expressions. God told me I need to control that, cause baby, when I tell you it's always written all over my face, you can tell exactly what it is that I'm thinking. Cause I'll be looking at somebody like, that TikTok challenge where they was like, do the song with just your facial expressions. I don't need to do that. That'll be giving away all my secrets. You know what I'm saying? Cause I just be looking at like, what in the Red Robin Hood are you talking about? It's like, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing that, girl? And you just be like, no, ma'am. You just be like, no, ma'am. I hope I don't mess up the bottom of my, because I did the other day. When it gets too thick, I need to do that little hack that we're going around on TikTok with the tweezers. I need to do that, but I feel like that's going to take too long. when I can just sweepy sweep swipe, you know what I'm saying? Sweepy sweep swipe. And if it does mess up, hey, we're gonna have a thick line. But yeah, just be yourself. Like whenever God shows you like who you truly are and you've been trying to mask that for so long, just let it shine. Just let it shine. Okay? You'll feel so much better when you start letting who you really are shine through. You'll feel so much better. You'll love yourself so much more. You will appreciate who you are so much more. You know? Like, for real. You see the piece? It's a piece right here. It's a few pieces. But yeah, I just took this wig. Honey, I need to, the little bangs is a little too thick. The thing I don't like about this wig is it's so thin. I'm not gonna even say where I got it from. I've had this wig for some years, but and I wish, and it's a full lace wig, so I could add tracks to this, but I don't know. I don't think it's gonna work. But I love the color. I don't know if you can really tell the color, but it's like a really pretty burgundy. Like in the back you can really see it, and on the roots you can see the color. Girl, I caught myself trying to do a copper, honey. And that clearly did not work out. It turned this, because I mixed copper and red together, but I used a very low developer and it really didn't lift. But I need to fix over here, you know. These are not the right shears, but thin this out some. And I hate that I'm doing this because I literally just got up a bunch of hair. You know what, let me not do this. Because I got stuff to do and now I don't want to be like getting some hair up. I'll fix it. I'll fix it a little bit later. Because I got stuff to do. And I don't want to be doing a whole bunch of cleanup. If I'm being honest, be honest, honey. Be hot. Humble, open, and transparent. I'm learning to do that as well. Thank you to Transformation Church for that acronym. But yeah, this is pretty much the finished look. Let's see. My phone. I don't know. I don't know what the battery is looking like. And honey, we're gonna just be real simple when you're doing it. Too fancy, okay? Just put on some lip gloss. Real simple. Tiramisu. Brown liner and tiramisu. Hit every time. But yeah. This is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please hit the like, comment, and share button. Put down below some of the things that you've learned in 2022 and what are some things that you want to let go. Have you come up with a plan? Excuse me. Have you come up with a plan for the new year and what it is that you're going to do? How you're going to move differently so you can get a different result? You know what I'm saying? I tell my clients that all the time. If you want a different result, you're going to have to do something different. You can't continue to do what you were doing before. And literally this list and the things that I've talked about throughout this video just goes to show you're going to have to try something different. You're going to have to do something different than what you were doing before. And it's okay. It's okay. Don't be scared now. Don't be scared. It might seem like it's going to kick your butt, but no, you already conquered this. You already got this. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching. And like I said, hit the like button. That really helps me out. It helps me get this message out to other people. The algorithm, please support the cause. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very important. And I just want to say thank you so much. I love you. I hope to see you in the new year. I just want to say I hope you have a fulfilling and healing year, a very prosperous year, and like you healing. That's the most important thing. Like, once you heal, you'll be able to do any and everything you ever could imagine if it's in God's will. If it's in God's will, you can do anything. You can get the money that you need. It's just like, if he needs to work on you, allow him to, okay? Because he got you. He got you and he got me, okay? I love you so much.